You're this perp back with another video, and I finally got to see Tenet, and wow. Going back to the movies, let me start off saying it's very fucking weird. This is probably like my third movie all year that I've seen in theaters, which is odd because I usually see a lot more than that. I'll give you my experience with going to the movie theaters as well, but before I do, let me just talk about this movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but there are some interesting things that went on in this movie that the trailer definitely was hiding a lot more, than what was shown in the trailer. If that makes any sense. Pretty much, there's a lot more to this movie than what was put out. And I'm glad that I stayed away from reviews and spoilers and stuff because I gotta tip my hats off to Christopher Nolan, man, because he always really brings it when he puts out his movies. My favorite Christopher Nolan movie is Inception, and this is very much like Inception. It's very like Inception, but it's two completely different movies. Who's to say that they're not connected? That'd be interesting to see, Inception, Tenet, and then whatever third movie comes another 10 years from now and they connect it all and stuff. That'd be really interesting. I doubt it, but this is starring David John Washington, Denzel's son. Not too, he doesn't have too much acting like credits out there. This is probably by far his biggest role, being in a Christopher Nolan movie. You also have the Batman himself, Robert Pattinson, which I already said, and I called this earlier, that Robert Pattinson was going to be the wild card in this movie. That is not a spoiler. You just got to find out what that is, whether you like it or not. I thought it was pretty cool, the twist with his character. You don't see much of his character, but when it's revealed exactly who he is, it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty dope. David John Washington's character, he doesn't necessarily have a name in this. I will just say he's the protagonist. No pun intended. Well, pun intended, I guess. But this whole movie, how it was put together, it was really well put together. I don't think this will be everybody's kind of type of movie because Christopher Nolan really doesn't cater to, the general audience. He just makes the story that he wants to tell. Doesn't matter how complex it is, or he's just going to tell the story. And this is a very complex story. You have to pay attention, because if you don't pay attention, you will be automatically lost. Like, there's a lot going on. I wouldn't necessarily call this a time travel movie, but it does deal with time. And I think this was the most effective way, and a very dangerous way of doing time travel or manipulating time. It's more of an inverse. That's how they kind of explained it. Things going in reverse, things that haven't happened yet, and our characters in this movie kind of stop things from happening before they happen, and it was a really well put together story. Once you get to the end, I think it all comes together more, because at first you're going to be left confused a little bit. But like I said, as it goes through its paces, you start to understand, okay, this is what this character wants. This is what that character wants. Now, I'm drawing a blank on the main villain's name. But he was really good in this. He wasn't like something spectacular, but you understood his motives and nothing really got in his way. Now, let me talk about the main character, John David Washington. It just really freaks me out though sometimes when I hear him talk. He really sounds like his dad. Like, he really sounds like his pops. Some of his delivery didn't hit for me. Some of his motives throughout this whole entire movie kind of was, I don't know how I really feel about it. That's why I feel like this is a type of movie you have to watch twice to really get the grasp of it, and really to understand everything that goes on. But overall, this whole movie was really dope. I'm glad that my movie theater is open, so now I can go see more movies, and I don't have to watch I'm glad I didn't watch this movie at home, because I spent some money to go see it in Prime, and I've never had an experience like that watching a movie in a Prime theater. It was really interesting to me. The sound effects were amazing. I love the whole, aspect of things in reverse. It made for some really interesting action sequences. The action is really solid. The hand-to-hand stuff, I thought definitely kind of improved. You know, Christopher Nolan really isn't known for doing action, but I think this was definitely an improvement. Now, where does this sit at, the Christopher Nolan movies? I think this is like probably in my top 5, most definitely. Maybe I should do a video on that. Let me know in the comments below. But the theater experience was really cool. There's not too many people in the theater, so, you could get away with not wearing your mask. Like, you don't have to wear it unless if you're eating and stuff. If you're eating or you're drinking stuff, you don't have to wear a mask, so that's cool. That's how I prefer actually to watch or go to the movies, is not have a lot of people there anyways. So having a huge crowd is cool at times, but at times I prefer to have less people in theaters. That's why I mainly go in the mornings if I can. Definitely go check it out if your local theater's open. Definitely go. Don't be afraid to go, watch a movie, have a fun time. I came out of it enjoying the movie. Things are a little bit different just going to the theater, like wearing masks and stuff like that. I know that's very uncomfortable for some people, but I could say definitely watch this, or if you can wait. Either way, it's cool. I'm ready to see the next movie. Wonder Woman probably will be my next movie that I see, and that's not until December if it doesn't get delayed again. But I enjoyed this movie. If you've seen this movie, what do you guys think in the comments below? I would like to know your thoughts. But until next time, I'm out. Peace.